Hey everyone, today's video is going to be eating whatever I fancy for 24 hours. Now, a little bit of a disclaimer, I do generally eat what I fancy on a day-to-day basis anyway, so this video might just end up being a pretty standard what I eat in a day. I feel like normally the people that do these types of videos are quite health conscious and maybe they watch what they eat a little bit more during the week. I don't really tend to do that. I always eat what I want. I don't tend to make my food choices based on health. But there are a few other things that maybe play into what I choose to eat on a day-to-day basis, and therefore I don't end up eating what I fancy, if that makes sense. So for me, it's normally like laziness. If I don't have the thing in that I fancy, I generally won't go out to get it. Also, if the thing I fancy takes a lot of effort to make, that will put me off. And money as well is another one. So I tend to live my life fairly on a budget for the most part. I do treat myself. I don't try and like limit myself too much. But if there's something that I fancy that's really expensive and I've had a fairly expensive week, I normally won't go out of my way to get it. So they're normally the things that put me off eating what I fancy on a day-to-day basis. But all of that has gone out the window today because anything I want, I'm going to get within reason. If I have to travel for it too far, probably I'm not going to get it. My mum is also coming over today, so that is somewhat going to dictate what we end up doing and where we end up eating. But I'm going to see how it goes. So it's currently breakfast time. It's actually 10:30. I don't generally eat breakfast, but today I've been craving something that I've really fancied for a really long time. But the main ingredient has been one of those things that is never on my shopping list. I don't think to pick it up. I always come back from the supermarket and then I crave this thing and I'm like, why didn't I pick this up while I was at the supermarket? So I got up today, already been to Asda, and I've got myself a little haul of things that I'm going to be putting together for breakfast. Just a little another disclaimer, it's not going to be something super exciting, but it's just something that I fancied for such a long time. So the first thing I've got is a tiger baguette. This is pretty standard. I get this on a somewhat regular basis, although because I got it this morning, it's going to be fresh, which I'm very excited about. And then the star of the show, the thing that I keep forgetting to pick up ever since I ran out, is this Nature's Store hazelnut and cocoa spread. This is essentially vegan Nutella. In my opinion, I couldn't even really tell much of a difference between the two. I really recommend this if you're vegan and you're looking for something to replace Nutella. It's so good, but it's so addictive. So I normally get through these really quickly when I have them in my cupboard, which is probably why I don't pick them up too often. But this on white bread with butter as well. I have to have the butter. I know some people think that's really gross, vegan butter that is. Some people are really anti putting butter underneath whatever spread you're using, but honestly, don't knock it till you try it. I think it really enhances it. A little bit of salt, a lot of sweet, white bread. It has to be white bread. That's what I've been fancying. Sliced white bread with this as well really does the trick. But I saw the tiger bread loaves and I was like, nope, gonna grab one of those. So that's gonna be my breakfast this morning. I did also pick up some strawberries. They were in the reduced section and they just looked like the best strawberries. They are so red and so perfect looking. So when I saw them I was like, yeah, that is what I fancy this morning. So I'm going to put myself together a little bit of a plate and then that is going to be breakfast. Literal perfection. This looks so good. I also left one with just butter because is there really anything much better than fresh bread and butter? I feel like this gives me holiday in France vibes as a kid, like the baguette, the Nutella, even the strawberries. I feel like this is a very nostalgic breakfast for me and it tastes so good. Also, can we just talk about how perfect this strawberry looks? Like, it literally looks fake. I am going to enjoy the rest of these and I'll see you guys the next time I eat something. I actually have nothing else planned for today, so I'm not really sure myself what I'm going to end up eating. Me and my mum are going out, like I said, so we might grab something when we're out. There are some cinnamon rolls in a place near me that are really good, so I think if we go anywhere near that, I'm going to have to grab one of those. But yeah, other than that, I will just have to see where the day takes me. I honestly don't know what the weather is doing today. I'm feeling very windswept. Right now it's sunny, earlier it was super windy. This morning I got caught out in like a huge rainstorm, so I just have no idea what's going on. It's definitely not classic summer weather, but I'm back briefly. We popped to a cafe and got a coffee and I had a blondie. The cinnamon rolls were completely sold out, so that was a little bit of a fail, but I think technically the thing I fancied was like a coffee and a baked good, so it still fulfilled that craving. I had a white chocolate cherry and pistachio blondie. It was amazing. All of the baked goods in this cafe were vegan, so I had so much choice. In the end, I just asked the guy working there like to pick something for me, which I guess kind of defeats the point of choosing what I fancy, but I literally could have eaten any of those and I would have been happy. And the blondie was really, really good, and the coffee as well was so good. I had an oat milk latte, and I feel like I can always judge a good coffee on whether or not I feel like I need to add sugar to it, because I feel like if coffee's really like bitter and gross and just like, you know, not a good coffee, then I generally want to add some sort of sweetener, some sort of syrup. But this place, the coffee is so good, you just don't even need that. So very much happy right now. It's already like 1 o'clock, so kind of eating at weird points in the day. I don't know when I'm next going to eat. I guess maybe some sort of like late afternoon lunch, but we're going to pop out for the day. So I'll show you guys whatever I end up getting. Not sure how well you're going to be able to hear me because it is very windy right now, but we have just arrived somewhere that I've been craving, I want to say for like the last 2 years. This has been like the main thing I fancied. So the fact that we've ended up here today is definitely a good thing for this video, and I'm very excited. I am feeling so ridiculously full after that dinner. Like you guys saw, I got the Great Imitator Pitta, which comes with like slaw and the garlic peronaise, I'm pretty sure. I then got peri salted chips, spicy rice and garlic bread, and a side of the garlic peronaise dip. So I don't normally go for 3 sides at Nando's. I typically go for 2, and I pretty much always get the peri salted chips and the garlic bread. I've been really wanting to try the spicy rice now for the longest time, but I can never justify it because I know that I really like the peri salted chips and I really like the garlic bread. And I'm like, do I want to take that risk when I don't get to go to Nando's very often and swap out one of those for the spicy rice in case I don't like it? So I just figured as I was filming this video today, I would get all 3, and I managed everything, but I'm now feeling so very full, but no regrets. The spicy rice was really good. I don't think I would choose that over the other 2, but I'm glad I've now tried it. And I didn't think it was actually that spicy in my opinion. I've seen others eat it before and like really struggle, but I didn't really think it was that spicy. So if you are afraid of spice, I wouldn't be put off. I don't think it's super spicy. The Pitta as well, I really enjoyed. That was the first time I tried like the vegan chicken at Nando's. I have to say, I used to get like the sweet potato burger, and I don't think they sell that anymore. And I think I might actually prefer the sweet potato burger over the fake chicken, which is not like me at all because I always go for meat alternatives if they're on the menu. But the chicken just felt quite like tough and quite dry. I don't know, I didn't not enjoy it, but I think I wouldn't be like running back to get it again. I don't know, I still really liked it. It was a really good meal. We had it at like a late lunch, early dinner sort of time. So I feel like my meals today have been completely thrown off, which I guess if you're eating what you want when you want, you're probably not going to have like breakfast, lunch and dinner at set times necessarily. I definitely haven't ended up doing that today. It is now almost 8 o'clock, and to be honest, I don't see myself fancying anything else this evening because I'm so full. I think if I did have something, I'd fancy like a rocket lolly or maybe some fruit, like a juicy fruit like strawberries or like oranges or something like that. So I might see if we have any of that in. Otherwise, I think I'm going to end it here because, like I've said probably like 10 times already in this clip, I'm very full. So I will insert a clip here if I did eat anything else. If I didn't, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.